Well, this is the last video in this series of restoration of the Stanley Bailey wartime effort jack plane. That it is. And so far, we've polished up the old sole and painted it up. I know it's blue and record of blue, not Stanley. I know. Leave in the comments down below. But look at that beautiful tote. That is perfect because it fits my hand. But also, oh yes, what about my knob? My wooden knob. Oh yeah. No, not that one. That one. Yeah. Which has been made using walnut and cherry. So on this tote here, it's just cherry. And on the knob, we've got a lamination of walnut, cherry, and walnut. And it is rather pretty. It is. The camera probably doesn't do it justice, but it's all lovely. It is. Yeah. So, what is missing? Well, it looks like the plane iron and chip breaker assembly and the lever cap ain't there. Oh, I wonder where it is. I wonder if it's in my box of bits that are left. Okay, it's not that. No, because we made a new one of those that we have. Yes, because that's crap. All right, what else we got here? All right, we got. Oh, I got my knob. I mean my knob. Oh, don't need that one either because we got a new one just here. Okay, let's have another look. Okay. We got we got a plane iron. Oh my god, that's short. It's fortunate, isn't it, that we've got this new one. Okay, it's a Chinese new one, and it happens to be thicker. So I had to modify the sole of this plane to accept the thicker blade. Otherwise, the shavings wouldn't even come out. No. So that is ready to go. Hence the tape on the end. It should be sharp. I've already made a video about sharpening that blade, but we'll see how good this plane is. Once I've got it all together on this rough old bit of oak here, you see, we've got a knot on the end. Yes, good test, I think. Maybe, we'll see. But first of all, we need to prepare things and find things. And where are those things? There's something missing still. So I've got a plane iron. What holds that into place, I wonder? Oh, I know. We have a chip breaker, a rather worn chip breaker, I must say, on the back here. There is still a bit of... Yeah, that'll be right. Hopefully that'll work. If not, I have to replace it, but hopefully it'll be good. And then we have the lever cap, which clearly has been painted at some point. Not by me, but normally they'd be chromed or just... Yeah. Well, I think we'll get that off. Because that looks like shit. Yeah. Okay, it's a very old plane. It used to be my father's. And he didn't look after his tools, my dad didn't. He was a hell of a craftsman, I'll tell you. I mean, a hell of a craftsman. But as far as the tools are concerned, he didn't give a damn, as long as it did its job. And in some ways, I respect that. But I think you should look after the things that can earn you the money. That's just an idea, you know? Just an idea. Well, so far, I'm really, really pleased with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, gorgeous, I think it is. You might not, but you might do a cup of tea. I'll show you my other Stanley Bailey No. 5 jack plane. Up here, okay. Which is original, that one. All right, pretty much original. This used to be my go-to tool, this did. You know, it's had a hell of a lot of use, and I still use it. And it's a nice casting. Yeah, it's a lovely tool. It really is. But will I start using this one instead because it's so pretty? I'll carry on with this one. I don't know. Probably use both. However I feel. I ain't got the heart to get rid of this stuff. You know, you collect the stuff over the years, don't you? And I haven't got it in me to get rid of it or sell it on or whatever. I would probably be more likely to sell this one actually if I was going to sell. But there again, it was my father's, so would I? I don't know. No, probably not. So anyway, I'm a hoarder, if I work that out. And also, I'm very untidy, as it seems. So, no further ado, we're going to sort this plane out and get it so we can actually give it a test. So get this other rubbish out of the way, like this silly tote. I'll keep them for prosperity. Or if I want to put them on a different plane, maybe these ones, and put the old one back on this and sell it as it is. I don't know, maybe. Why not get on with it? So far, it feels flipping lovely. It really feels so sexy. That's what it is. Okay. Chip breaker. Lever cap. Plane iron. That needs wire brushing. That needs wire brushing. That can be put to one side. It won't be long before we are at the grand finale. But first, we must clean up the lever cap and the chip breaker. Now the lever cap has been painted in black paint. I don't know what that's all about. It looks grim. Well, it ain't there no more. This 6-inch bench grinder with a wire wheel installed is making easy work of that. and ripping that old paint off and polishing the metal up as well. Along with the chip breaker, which is a little bit rusty and at worst for wear. It's quite old, you know. And the wire wheel is giving the chip breaker a beautiful satin finish. Oh, lovely. Oh, look at that. So back to the bench that we go. So what do we have here? We have the chip breaker, we have the lever cap, and we have a new plane iron. Yes, that Chinese plane iron. I know it's a bit controversial, but it was cheap as chips. So I'm going to flatten the back of the chip breaker because it must sit perfectly against the actual back of the plane iron. Any gaps there, it will fill up with shavings and gum up and what have you, and it'll be just nasty to use. It'll stop you in your tracks. Now, I don't normally do this. After all that polishing, I don't want it rusting again. So a quick coat of lacquer, and that will last the winter out, I'm sure. And maybe a bit longer. So removing the protective tape that I applied to my sharpened Chinese plane iron. Yeah, I know. It's pretty sharp though, isn't it? Yeah, that ain't bad, is it? Well, let's see how well it wears. We'll see. A little bit more buffing on the old palm of the hand. Let's get rid of any additional burrs. And now, we have the grand assembling of the chip breaker and plane iron. Now, the plane iron is thicker than the old plane iron, so the screw is a little bit on the short side. But if you put it on from the side and you can sort of twist it and, yeah, you can still get it on. Yeah, you can. You can do it with a longer screw, really. But as you can see, it still works. A little bit WD-40, just make sure nothing rusts underneath the plane iron assembly. You got to lube your tool, you know. Yeah. Oh, that screw. I'll tell you, that screw, it is so smooth. Yes, I've got a smooth screw, that I have, yeah. On goes the lever cap. You know, that was designed and painted by Stanley Bailey, yeah. So just checking the depth of the plane iron, I'm quite happy with that. And now we're going to apply a little bit of wax on the sole. All these little details just keeps the rust at bay. That'll do. Yeah, only go in one direction, away from you, so you don't slice your skin like a mandolin. You don't want to do that, no. Okay, here is my test piece of wood, which happens to have knots and gnarly bits in it. Now if this handplane can plane this old bit of wood, it'll plane any old bit of wood. In fact, it'll be perfect, even on Anne Widdecombe's derriere for the odd skin graft or two. Oh dear, I suppose we've got to go back to him. The Stanley Bailey No. 5 jack plane. It's got the new knob, it's got the new tote, a refurbished body and cleaned up sole, and the sides all perpendicular with the sole. It's got a brand new plane iron. Okay, it's a Chinese plane iron that costs about €8. Cheap as chips. I did have to adapt it, which I did in the previous video, but it now has a chip breaker, a plane iron, and the lever cap all installed. And I have a piece of wood in my voice here, I do, yeah. So let's see if it's virgin passes, yeah, anything to speak of. Let's see if it makes nice thin shavings, basically, yeah. Okay, I'll bring it down to my wood. Okay, I've got a bit of wood in the voice here. It's a shitty bit of wood, yeah, it's a bit of old oak, and it's got knots in and stuff like that. Okay, remember this is virgin. I've never used it, no, I've never used this plate. It used to be my father's, it did, yeah. Yeah, it was in a bit of a state, I'll tell you. So, first few passes are going to be a little bit shitty, that they are, because the wood's shitty. Oh, okay. Alright, okay, that seems pretty good. Remember, it's got the Chinese plane iron. If I said it's Japanese plane iron, you'd say, ooh, you'd go, wouldn't you? But look at that. And that's a rough old bit of wood. God, that feels so nice. It really does. That tote just fits perfectly in my hand. Way better than that other old thing that was on there before. It really is. Oh, I don't want to stop. Should we try a bit of pine? Okay, so that's that bit of oak, which is a crappy old bit of oak, and look at the grain on there. Plain, that lovely it has. Yeah, so it's a Stanley Bailey jack plane. Look at what great knot behind it. But look at that. That ain't bad, you know. Right, a bit of pine, shitty pine. Where a bit of shitty pine? I need a bit of shitty pine. Alright, shitty pine, where are you? Alright, I've got a bit of shitty pine. As you can see, there's a bit of old shitty pine. Alright, let's see if it manages that okay. I will scrape a bit of cement off first. Using the old plain iron. Right, that'll soon take the edge off. Okay, so not there, it's not there. Right, it's just construction grade Douglas fir, you know. Rubbish old stuff. I don't know if you noticed, so far we haven't had any problems with shavings getting stuck between the chip breaker, which is that part there, and the plain iron. I did flatten the back of the chip breaker, but still, pine can be a nuisance. Oh, that one ran away. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Nothing wrong with that at all. So, I agree, it's not a Lee Nielsen, but it didn't cost me a penny. It wasn't a 600 quid jack plane by Lee Nielsen, or Lee Nielsen, or a Clifton, or a Veritas. All way overpriced for most of us. They're lovely tools, I have to admit. But if you put the effort into an old tool, you could end up with something like that, which is absolutely lovely. And oh God, it feels so good in the hand with its new tote. I think I'm obsessed with totes now. Maybe I ought to make that a profession. I could be a tote maker. Sorry. Anyway, I'm really pleased with it, and I'm sure my dad would be very, very pleased as well that I've refurbished his old jack plane, and I guarantee you, it's never ever looked this good or worked this well. That adjuster now is just, oh, it's lovely. Even though it's the Bakelite ones from wartime. Yeah, because during the war, you see, they had limited materials, so yeah, the brass was being used for gun shells and stuff, you know, bullets and stuff like that, you know, munitions. So there was a shortage of materials. So I think this is about probably around mid 1940s, maybe early, maybe later. But it's lovely. Anyway, so what do you think? It's time for me to go because the missus has just come in the door, you know. So I've got to say toodaloo. Hello, darling. Oh, she's come bearing gifts again. Oh, I can't complain. What's up? You look weird. Oh, she's cold. I better put the fire on. Toodaloo.